feelings. Hey, damn, I'm in my zone, they cannot leave me alone. Leave me alone. Blow my phone, blow my phone. Hey, damn, niggas is all in their feelings, all in their feelings. Hey, they take it out cause I'm...
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching another video. So today I have a special guest. I have Ngulego himself in the flesh.
What it do? What it
So we're gonna do a little Q&A on about fashion setting, because it seems like it's such a hot topic. It's either people are either really bothered by it or really excited by it. So I decided, why not do an entire video on it and just give you my thoughts and my perspectives. I asked a couple of my friends to ask me questions that they genuinely think, and yeah, so I'm gonna answer some of those questions. And please make sure you watch the video that comes out after this, because I just cut his hair. So hello, I've got skills, guys.
Oh, a disaster. But not too bad.
Not too bad. I got a 6.5 for Karim's hair, so I mean it's worth it. But anyway, so we're gonna get straight into the questions. You're at liberty to answer when you feel like you want to answer. And yeah, so first question: how long have you been doing it? So we've been doing it for about 2.5 years. Yeah, because we've been together now for 3 years on the 16th of April.
Yeah.
So on the 16th of April is our anniversary. So I started living with him pretty early, because what we were not meant to live together, but there was a lot happening in my life at the time, and I technically didn't have anywhere to stay. So he was just like, you know what, come stay with me. So that's how it worked. And then I lived with him, and I was like, oh, okay, it actually works. Because I remember when he asked me to live with him, I was like, no, I don't believe in that. I wasn't raised like that. And then I was like, my mom always told me that if you live with a man, he's not gonna marry you. And then he was just like, just come live with me. And then I actually loved it. So we both loved it. So here we are, still together. And the next question is, what's the reason you decided to do it? And that's exactly why. How do you handle fights when you live together? I think we've only had one real big fight. The fight we had this year.
Yeah. Yeah, because I guess we kind of have like a principle in place that we don't go, or at least we try not to go to sleep mad at each other. You know, always talk and resolve whatever the issue is there and then, because you know, if you wake up still better, still harboring feelings, it's building up. It's just a build up of a lot of like unnecessary things, you know.
Yeah.
So always try hash things out, and yeah, life must go on.
We had a fight this year where we didn't speak to each other for about 3 days. And he decided to sleep on the couch. It was so dramatic. But anyway, we're over that. We're never going to fight about that again. Do you have to be transparent about your financials to each other? Well, absolutely, I feel, because we live together. We have to obviously split the costs of living together. We have to eat. We have to go out. We have to both have social lives. We have to, there's so many things we have to do. So, yeah, we definitely have to be transparent about that. I'm not going to get too much into it. Who pays for what? We both pay. We both pay rent, but due to Corona, my company hasn't paid me. So he's kind of been handling all the bills, Shane Poso. But
was on the alpha. On the alpha.
So yeah, for now, it's him, Shane. For the past month, he's paid rent, bought food, everything. Because I don't have a salary, there's nothing to do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. But in general, when life is normal, we split bills equally in terms of rent and groceries, and then he handles like Wi-Fi and everything else. Because Puff, I don't even get paid that much anyways. I mean, household responsibilities, we also very equal with that. Although I do cook more often than he does, but I do understand, because I'm at home more than he is, so there's no point me waiting for him to come home so he can cook when he's walking into the house at 7 o'clock in the evening, and I've been there all day. So I've just kind of assumed the role of the cooker in the house, but he's assumed the role of the washer. I don't like to wash clothes. I know there's a washing machine, Just the whole process of just putting it inside, hanging.
Fine clothes stacked on each other. I'm like, what?
So he's assumed that role and I've assumed the cooking role. But other than that, everything is pretty much 50-50. I'm at home most of the week because of my working schedule. So I usually keep the house tidy. I mean, there's only two of us, so it doesn't get that messy. I usually keep the house tidy during the week, and then on the weekend he keeps the house tidy because he's here on the weekend. Friendship circles clashing. I don't think they clash. His boys are his boys, my girls are my girls, and you can hear for the boys. But we try always go out with each other. So I've been out with his friends, he's been out with my friends, and we're all cool with each other. Obviously, I know his friends are not my friends, and he knows my friends are not his friends. Well, he's established better relationships. Well, I've got some of his friends that I've established some very good relationships with. But I know at the end of the day, the loyalty lies to him, and my friends, the loyalty lies to me. So, you know what I mean? So we're all friends, but like, if it was to boil down to who has to choose who, we all know what's going to happen. How do you keep the spark alive, especially because you see each other every day? I'm gonna sit back.
Yeah, sit back. I don't know, like, you can't really force these things, you know, they happen organically, you know, you just I don't know, help me out.
Okay, I feel like, okay, he spoils me a lot. He's always buying me stuff like on a weekly, monthly basis. So I always like, I'm very spoiled in that regard, which I'm very grateful for, don't get me wrong. I mean, I try to do the same thing, but we are two very different places in our life right now, so he understands my current situation. But I always try and do like small things. Like I always try to cook like what he likes, try something different. Every time I go to the shop, I always come back with like a chocolate bar for him. I always try and do like little cute, sweet things, because I know I can't do the big things that he does for me right now. So I think we keep the spark, and we also go on dates. We go on a date once a month. Especially last year we didn't do it as much, but especially since this year started, we do go on a date, which is fun. We're both very adventurous people, so we do some pretty fun stuff, or we go eat because we both like food. As you can see, scary. Well, scary myself. But we both like food, so we go and eat at different
spontaneous
places.
things, basically.
Yeah.
So we keep it going.
Would you encourage Fadinset?
It would depend on where you are, basically. Like, I wouldn't say it's a thing that you can force, or it really does depend on you, you know. It depends on your background, depends on your beliefs, depends on the kind of relationship you have, the situation where you're in. Are you comfortable with that person? Do you think you can live with that person without killing them? You know, I feel like, in my personal opinion, a lot of cultures look down upon it. I mean, you know, it's not the hardest thing ever, but it boils down to the individual, because, you know, you came into this world alone, you're going to leave this world alone. So, Dala, what makes you happy, you know?
That's true. I would encourage it because I would rather get to know the person I'm with before I commit to anything like marriage. Like, I'm a firm believer that once you get married, I think it must happen once. Obviously, if there's a need for you to get a divorce, there's a need. But obviously, going into marriage, you want to do it once. I don't think there's anyone who goes into marriage thinking, okay, I want to get married 5 times. Of course not. So I think it's very necessary to live with someone, because you do not know someone until you live with someone. That I can definitely guarantee. And your person can be the sweetest rose until you get home and they start farting and you're like, so you know what I'm saying? So
see the wig off too many times.
So you just need to, I think you need to live with that person to establish whether you truly do have that kind of connection. I think, for example, quarantine is a great example. If I can stay with him, literally it's gonna be like almost a month now that I've been in the house with him, and although he annoys me and I probably annoy him as well, I haven't felt like I want to leave and this relationship bores me. We've actually grown as friends, I think, in this quarantine time. We're really cool friends. So I like that. So I'd encourage that for that reason. You don't know someone until you live with someone. And you don't know how they handle situations, like what you do when you don't have money, what you do when you have a lot of money, like such things. So that's why I would encourage it. What's the best thing about it?
Uncapped smash.
No, I'm gonna say
What's the best thing about it? I mean,
uncapped
seeing
smashing.
seeing your person every day, you know.
Yeah.
Waking up to this pretty face. Well, not this one, but the one underneath.
I think the best thing I'm a very clingy person, so the best thing about it is that I get to be with him every day. Even now in quarantine, I want him here, right next to me, and we're like, he's an only child, so he's used to doing things by himself, and I come from a big family, so I've always been around so many people. So the fact that we're both living well together, I appreciate it so much. And then what's the worst thing about it?
Sometimes you just wanna chill, let everything hang loose and not be judged.
I think for me, it's just when we fight and then we just have to be in each other's faces. That's it. But other than that, we don't fight a lot, and our fights are very like 5 minutes fights. Like I'll be irritated with him now, and then 5 minutes later I'm not irritated. Like, he's exactly the same as well. Like if it's a real fight, then something was either said or done that was.
And it's mainly just like those kind of where we clash in terms of personality kind of fights, you know.
Because we both got very strong personalities.
Yeah, it's not that deep.
Yeah, it's really not that deep. Okay, when do you get alone time?
In the toilet. Okay. When do we get alone time? Not really much. I feel like since we've been on lockdown and I'm working from home, so I usually have the lounge until about midday-ish. Then she'll be upstairs, you know, like just trying to respect the space and stuff. Because I do need to concentrate most of the time. So that's pretty much most of the time when I'm alone. Yeah. Alternatively, it's when we're at work. If I'm at work Monday to Friday, she's alone here. Then she's at work from Friday to Sunday. I'm alone here.
Yeah. Also, we do give each other space in terms of sometimes I just sit upstairs and watch TV upstairs, and then he'll just come down. I also let him game a lot because I know that he likes his game. I can't fight FIFA. I can't fight, what's the other one?
Call of Duty.
And then the other one, Grand Theft, whatever.
Grand Theft Auto.
I can't fight it, and he plays with his friends all the time. So sometimes I'll literally be like, I'm gonna give you 4 hours to game. I'll go nap or I'll go watch YouTube or whatever, because I understand that if I don't let him do it, he's gonna get frustrated. How do you handle surprises? Well, I'll speak because I'm the one that's surprised.
Well, this one likes to be a detective and ruin her own surprise so many times.
But he cracks, guys. If you're surprising someone, don't crack under pressure. If I say what, you must say nothing. Like, don't crack under pressure.
If I say no once, it's no.
But yeah, I love surprises. He knows that, and he surprises me quite often. Like I said, he spoils me a lot, so I'm very grateful for that. How does your partner handle your PMSing?
PMSing, don't you know?
There's mood
the mood swings. I'd say to every guy out there, stay out of the way. If you can, avoid it. If you feel a fight coming, avoid it. Do everything you can, because you know if you engage, it's done. Like, go sleep. It's finished. Your day's done. Like, nothing else you can do. Yeah.
I'm dead. I'm not gonna say anything about PMSing actually, because I know myself. Answering each other's phones.
I don't know. I feel like because we both have like our fingerprints on each other's phones, so like we can access the phones whenever. But I also do feel like in a relationship like this, you also have to respect boundaries. Because as much as we're one in this household, at the same time we're our own individuals as well. So now I can't be up in her business all the time, because that's going to frustrate her. She's going to feel like she has nothing to herself. And I also don't want someone who's in my business all the time, because I mean, I also want to be my own person, not being checked up on 24/7. So whenever the phone rings, it's next to me. I'll just pass it to her. Half the time I don't even look at who's calling. I'll just be like, baby, here's your phone.
Me on the other hand, I'll be like, hello, hold on, Gooks is coming. I don't look though. I'll just be like, hi, Gooks is coming, because he's usually like far. But I don't invade his privacy at all. I don't think it's necessary at all, actually. Keeping tabs on each other's whereabouts. I'll answer this one actually. I don't think we necessarily keep tabs, but we, especially present South Africa, it's very dangerous for anyone to be outside, more especially a female. So I think he's always just like, okay, babe, where are you? I'm out at ABC, drop location. I'll be back home approximately this time. He doesn't stress me out beyond that. He just wants to know that I've arrived, I have a way to get home, and that I'm safe. And if I don't have a way to get home, I must tell him early so he can figure it out. And it's just a matter of that. So that's the only time. This one doesn't know when the party ends.
The party ends.
And he goes out with his boys. He says, I'm coming home at 2. That's never happening. You're going to see him at 6 in the morning. But it's fine. I know all his boys and I know exactly where they go. So I trust it, and it doesn't happen a lot. So I'm not like crazy about it. And then sleeping patterns. We have to wrap this up. It's actually getting far. Sleeping patterns.
What about sleeping patterns?
That's the question. I think we sleep at the same time.
Yeah.
We sleep at if one goes to bed, we both go to bed. And
I'm usually out like a light.
Yo, yeah. When we get into bed, this one is like, and then I'm there like, okay, like looking around. What's supposed to happen? It takes me about an hour to fall asleep. In the morning, obviously, if he goes to work, then he's up first. Typically, he's up before me. And then if I go to work first, I'm up first. And that's just how it works. Handling guests, family, and friends. With our family, his mom doesn't live in Joburg, so it's only when we go to her. My mom doesn't live close to us either, so it's only when we go to her. Yeah. But so we don't really have family over. With friends,
my sister's been around.
Yeah, well, my sister's been around for some time, which hasn't been to this appointment. Yeah. Friends, his friends come over, my friends come over. It's typically my friends that are sleeping over, but because it's far, I live quite far off, so they'll come and stay maybe a day or two, and anyone that's my friend has technically become his friend, so it's like very open, and yeah, it's nice. And then last but not least is budgeting.
Okay. This one, I feel like something that we do together and individually. So in the sense of, in a relationship like this, it's always important to budget those kind of two ways. So with me, what I do every month is that I make my own personal budget, which is everything that I'm paying for in that month, be it debit orders, contracts, whatever. And then there is the household budget. So that is groceries, that is rent, that is electricity. Fortunately, we don't pay for water, but we do pay for gas. So yeah, those would be the household budgets. And then whatever we have separate to that, we have our own budgets.
And then like his separate budget is my budget. But yeah, that's typically how we do it. And he's more, what's the word I'm looking for? He's more financially savvy than I am. I'm a bit reckless with my money. But I'm learning through him and other revenues how to be more disciplined. And I've also made some pretty bad choices. Like when I first got my job, I just went and opened contracts, accounts. Hey, I was everywhere. So now I'm paying all of that back. But I think once that's in the clear, my knowledge and relationship with money is different now. So it's gonna be better. And he helps me. He's very disciplined. If he opens an account and he's got 6 months to pay, he's going to pay it in 6 months or 5. So he's very, 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 very disciplined with money. So I'm grateful that I get to learn that from him as well, because it's important. It rules the world, and the rest of our lives we're going to be handling money. So yeah. But anyway, guys, that is the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching our Fat and Sit Q&A. If you have any more questions, please do mention them below. And if you have any suggestions of any videos that you would like me to do, please let me know. If you want to see them on my channel, let me know. and I'll invite him over. And his channel is launching soon. It's called Over a Drink with Nkooks. So if you want to know about drinks and people that he's going to interview, I suppose, you can watch his channel. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.